Hey Will. Uh, I've only just woken up. This is probably going to be absolute shit. But we can try. That's a good start. I mean, I've been up a solid hour, but still not a lot. I'll say 30. Do you just not charge your phone overnight? Or do you just forget? 12. Okay, sorry for being optimistic. Seriously, do you just not charge your phone? Or do you just always forget? Because my phone is just permanently on charge. Even most of the time when I'm using it. I don't think I ever forget to charge it overnight, but maybe try charging it before falling asleep then. The last thing, if I'm not using it, I'll just put it on charge. So that if I do fall asleep or do something else, it will still charge. And I don't have to worry about that sort of thing. Okay. I mean, that is really annoying when it happens when you wake up and your phone's just dead. Or you wake up fully clothed and your phone's still on just next to you and as hot as anything. On 5%. That's definitely happened to me a few times. Luckily with enough time left to charge it, but I don't know, I guess that's it, because I don't necessarily use my phone as much when I'm out. I guess it's not as big of a deal for me. I always try and have max charge in the mornings. So unless I do just, I don't ever forget. It only doesn't really charge if I do fall asleep. I don't think I ever forget. Oh, fuck you. That's not where I wanted to grapple. That was a bit dumb. I really need to find a semi-consistent way of doing that, rather than just running and chancing it. Well, just simply don't accidentally fall asleep then. Problem solved. Like... If you don't accidentally fall asleep, then you won't forget to put it on charge. Easy solution. Not really the best advice, but it does work. As I said, it happens to me sometimes. Mostly when I always like... I need to stay awake for something. Or I want to stay awake for something, and then it's like, even if I'm really tired, oh, I just need to be awake another hour. And then I wake up like 3 hours later and phone's on like 5%. Hasn't happened in a while though. Okay, 2 Gennies in a row. That at least means I'm sort of warmed up. Played some more DS1 yesterday. Nice, nice. How far have you gotten then? Did you get through New Londo or did you go somewhere else? Reached Anor Londo. Oh, okay. So you got Iron Golem then. That's not too bad. Had you gotten like gargoyles yet? Or did you also do that? Because I can't remember if you said you got those earlier. I assume you have if you'd already done like Quailag and Sif and all this lot. Yeah, Anolondo is a pretty good area. It does have one or two like really, or maybe just one like really annoying part. But it's a very good area. Probably the best in the game, to be fair. Okay, let's not get hit by this dude again. Oh, it's that guy. Please don't hit me. Yeah, this is not safe. Yeah, that is about as unsafe as possible. But I didn't get hit. Have killed the gargoyles? Okay. Didn't get to the lower area. Oh, right. Wait, how far did you go then? Like, did you kill any of the enemies? Because I guess they can be a bit annoying because they're like a special type, but... I think like New Londo is, I think, pretty late game, but that's the thing, it's available like from the very start, which I guess kind of makes it seem like a really early game area, but in fairness it's not really. The lift? I think I know where that is. I say I'm not as familiar with the S1. I haven't played it as much. I think I've only done enough playthroughs for the Platinum Trophy, which I think is like 2.5 or 3, something like that. I haven't like done a full playthrough recently or any sort of like challenge or anything. I haven't done Soul Level 1 run of it as well, so I'm not as familiar with that game. So I think I know where you mean. So I don't really know New Londo Ruins. From what I can remember, I don't really like the area. I remember it just being really annoying for me. Although most of that was probably just me having a really low damage weapon. Oh yeah, Sen's is a lot more like environmental hazard stuff than actual enemies. Like it does have a few like optional, I guess, like powerful enemies or mini bosses in a way, but most of Sen's is just avoiding all the obstacles. Fuck. Okay, we're going to restart. Iron Golem threw you off the cliff edge. Yeah. That's something he can do. You can also knock like Iron Golem itself off the edge. It was like a pretty cool little thing. I think there are quite a few bosses in Dark Souls that have little like cheeses or like hidden things you can do. So yeah, when you stagger Iron Golem, you can basically get him to fall off the edge. To just quick kill him and not have to do the entire health bar. But yeah, if he grabs you, he just chucks you off. Not really anything you can do with that. What, you mean Taurus Demon jumped off the edge? I think that one's a lot less intentional. But I know Iron Golem, it's like a intentional thing, I think. Or at least the way the fight works makes it seem intentional. I think Taurus Demon, it probably is intentional. It just doesn't seem as like obvious that it's supposed to happen, I guess. Well, it's a lot harder to do it. I don't think I've knocked anyone off the edge of my DS1 playthroughs. Pretty sure I've always just done the full health bar with like Iron Golem and stuff. Honestly, I can't really remember much of my DS1 playthrough. See, I remember getting absolutely destroyed by some of the DLC bosses because I didn't know like where some weapon upgrades were, so I had a really low upgrade weapon. I remember that. But apart from that, not really much of my like casual playthrough. That's the thing, 'cause the first playthrough I did on PC, I think I killed all but like 5 bosses. I missed like 3 in the base game and 2 in the DLC before I gave up. And then I eventually actually did the entire thing and finished the game on console. Well, take care then. Hope to see you back in a bit. Just remember to actually charge your phone tonight. And all other nights. Don't just leave it on like 10%. Just reminding you. But it's very lucky that this dude doesn't have a gun. If that dude had a gun, this wouldn't work in the slightest. And I'm still kind of surprised I haven't been hit doing that like 5 times in a row or something. It feels very jank and very unsafe. Really? Looks like we've got 2 health bars of this. Because I can't death blow bosses. I don't know why I've screwed that up so much lately. Like, it's not a difficult thing. I guess I'm just bad. I guess I'm just bad. Actually kind of surprised that that dude's turned around. Thought he would have aggroed. I guess I'm kind of warmed up though. Like, Gyobu last one was trash. I guess, I mean, I screwed up a deflect early on and then I just kind of pratted about and went for it. Like, if I hadn't got that early miss, I probably wouldn't have been so risky. But let's hope we don't screw it up this time. You know, if I can get through Gyobu and Bull, because they're like the 2 sort of, not necessarily walls, but the annoying parts. If I get through the 2 annoying parts early on, then you're pretty set. I just don't really want to be stuck here in the first like 10 minutes of the run for, you know, hours. Because I can't HItless Gyobu or something. I think a 1 hit I would take, as long as, you know, I didn't get hit again for a while. Okay, well, there's phase 1. Okay, did we get Gobu? That's a good sign. Only took 2 attempts to get Gyobu. So if I can also get Bull, then we should be pretty relaxed until Gunfort. Because Genny and Armoured Warrior should be fine. I mean, and Screen Monkeys should also be fine. Honestly, Gunfort has been going quite well lately. I've been very safe there and I think it's paid off. But we'll see. Honestly, I think scariest part of the run is probably Lady Butterfly. Like Lady Butterfly and Hirata 2 are the bits I think I'm worst at. Gunfort is just sort of RNG. Okay, time to chase a bull around for like 3 minutes. Just let me get a headshot. No? This is my favourite part of Sekiro no-hit. So much fun. In fairness, even if it didn't count as a hit, I would have to do this for Damageless. So I guess it doesn't really matter or make a difference. Still just an annoying part of the run though. Like, I don't even know what that was. Oh shit, no. I don't even know what the ball was doing there. Because like, I was expecting him to charge me, and he didn't. So I ran behind him and then, I don't know, somehow he just hit me. He probably just did like a really quick attack or something, and because I wasn't like exactly behind him, I was kind of to the side, he just caught me. It's always fun to do this early game 1,000 times. There's no real opportunity to get a run going, just this over and over. Fuck. Like, if I can just get to Ashna Castle, like get past the ball, at least I can actually play the game. Because like I don't want to keep resetting, but at the same time, if I'm going to get hit, I want to get hit like in the second half, or like at the very least after Genichiro. I don't want to be fighting Geni already on like 2 hits. Because that means it's just kind of, not necessarily demoralising in a way, but you know, it basically means that if you do, like if you do all the end stuff perfectly, then it kind of makes you feel like why you even continued that attempt. If you finish on 1 or 2 hits and those 1 or 2 hits are in the first 10 minutes of the run, then it's just like, why did you do that attempt and not just reset? So just want to get past Geni. And frankly, even like getting hit to screen monkeys, if it's my first hit, would be completely fine. Even though it is super embarrassing to get hit to screen monkeys. As long as there is a run going, then it's fine. But in the meantime, we're back to the outskirts. For like the 4th time. Okay, but like seriously though, how did my runs on Wednesday go so much better? Like I did 2 no resets and got like 7 and 4 hits. And yeah, now without like any practice. And then now that I've actually like practiced the past couple of days and all this stuff and like done some runs to have a feel for it again, I can't get out of the first section. Just why does it work like that? Okay, I was scared about that other guy up the top there. There's a dude on top of where I normally grab. So I was kind of scared about him and forgot that there was a staircase right next to it. Yeah, I should really look at that bit. It's the most inconsistent, sketchy thing ever. That I just I guess I just wing it every time because it's like 5 minutes into the run. If it were an hour in, then yeah, I'd have a really safe way to do it, but being 5 minutes in, I just kind of wing it all the time. Usually it pays off though. But not this time. I mean, all I really need to do is just... Like, if I make sure not to aggro the dudes, or at least not aggro all of them, then they shouldn't chase after me. So if they don't chase after me, I should be able to just grab up there and... Should just be able to grab the ledge and then grapple up to the thing. I mean, in all honesty, I don't even really know why I get firecrackers. You know what? Fuck it. This one I'm not going to get them. I'm absolutely going to need them this one because I've chosen not to get them. But like, that's in getting to the bell charm is absolutely fine. It's getting from the bell charm back to the money and up to the merchant when all the dudes are aggroed that's the issue. So if I just don't get firecrackers, or at the very least don't get them from that dude, because I can always just come back later and get them from the guy after Gyobu, I guess. Like if I really need them. So I think I initially wanted to get them for like Bull. I think I wanted them later on for Drunkard and Shinobi Hunter and that stuff. But I don't use them there. I just kind of have them on my bar. And then the only reason to get them this early would be for Gyobu or Bull, but I just fight those guys. I don't use firecrackers. I mean, I probably should use them on Bull to stop me getting hit all the time, but yeah, let's just this one let's try without. Or say, or at the very least, let's not get them this early. That's it. It's not necessarily like a difficult part there. It's just, I guess, inconsistent because I don't really have a full strategy for what I'm doing. Okay, so let's get this money. I mean, yeah, let's get all the money anyway. Well, fuck you. Those dudes aren't supposed to be able to hit me from there. There really needs to... Like, that shouldn't be a risky part. I should be able to just run straight through and get the bell. Like, unless I can... Unless there's some way to, like, sit or crouch in the... Unless there's a way to crouch down in the place with the money so they all de-aggro. I shouldn't really need to. That should be a safe thing to do. It should be pretty safe to be able to just walk up there and then use the... Like, use the building as cover while you're getting the bell. I mean, in fairness, I do think the runs a couple days ago went far too well. Like, nothing really went wrong at all. So I guess it kind of makes sense that now, like, all of the early game stuff just goes wrong at the same time. I forget how to fight all the bosses and then can't get through any of the areas. Because I did get treated very well on Wednesday by all of the enemies behaving. Still would like to get past the first two splits though. Here. So let's abandon the firecracker idea this time as well. Still get the money in case I want it later, but for now let's just go. That's it, I really don't think I need them, like, at all. Because even for later in... What the fuck was that guy doing? Just walked off the edge. Because even for later in the run, I don't think I used them. Like I've changed my strategy since like first planning and practicing this route, so that I no longer. That's it. I don't know if I still like want them as a fail safe. I don't use. That was close. I don't use them as part of the main fight. I kind of want to see if they'll forget about me here. Bro. Why are you in here? Why is that guy patrolling so far? Like, he's from the building with the building where you grapple up or something, and he's walked all that way to find me. Like, why in the hell is he walking like that far to come and check? I mean, at least I know that hiding in that building isn't safe and I just need to go for the bell. How about this time we just don't go for the money? This time we won't even try going for the money. I'll just try and think of a way to get to the bell. Get it and leave. I mean, I guess at the very least I get practice fighting Genichiro. Not that I needed it. I mean, this is what, like... I mean, we've had, what, like 5 or 6 runs? 2 of them made it to Gyobu. None of them have made it past the ball. Actually, I think only 2 of them have even made it to Ogre, let alone Gyobu. I mean, we're 7 for 7 on Geni. Or 6 for 6, whatever it is. We haven't failed one yet. But on Outskirts, we're like 1 for 7. So let's just hope. I mean, it's only natural that the stuff that works every single time in practice all of a sudden just falls apart in runs. Like when you're coming up with the strategy, testing it, practicing it, 100% consistency works perfectly fine. Get into run, everything goes wrong. None of it works, and okay, there has to be a safer path for doing this. So this first bit is fine, where I jump up here. Can I jump from here? Oh, I actually can. Okay, that's a new strat then. Okay, well if you go up to where the merchant is and then jump, you go completely undetected. In that case, that's the strategy. And then, yeah, I walk back here and I can just jump off to get the gatchines. Okay, that feels a lot better. And then, so if I'm not using firecrackers for Gyobu or Bull, by the time I need to get them, then I should have the money from somewhere else. And the missing 300 sen won't be an issue. But at least we actually got past Ogre this time. Okay, but if I'm not going for firecrackers, that seems to be a pretty safe thing to do. Just sort of jump all the way around the outside to stay completely out of detection. And yeah, even if I'm not getting firecrackers, then I can still get the prosthetic after centipede. And then plus the one that you get from Ape means that I can still get the prosthetic skill book for Owl in case I need it. I guess it's mostly there for the extra emblems in case I need those for like Ishin or Father Owl or something, but having the option for mid-air prosthetic tool is pretty nice, especially for Lady Butterfly. If she goes for her grab attack, then it's nice to just be able to jump up and shuriken her. Okay, can I get another HItless Gyobu? Or are we going back to Genichiro yet again? Okay. I don't like being this close to the fire. Oh, fuck you. Fuck it, I just want to get past this. I just want to do something other than tutorial. That's such a dumb hit as well, it's such an easy attack. Oh dear. Guess the charge? What was it before? Let's say like 20. Don't know how quickly a thing charges then. That sucks. It's on because that is like the freest attack. But those sorts of three overhead hits are the easiest one to deflect. And I still found a way to screw it up. 66? Why is your battery always so low then? Like if it charges that quickly, why is your battery always like just so low? You need to make sure it's actually fully charged before using it. That was also close because I got stuck on the tree. Okay, if I get hit by ball, I don't know if I'll reset or not. On the one hand, it's absolute shit, but on the other, doing something other than this part would be nice. Like, what the fuck was that? Dude, I don't know what is going on with this dude. Can you just stagger? Can you just stagger? Okay, well, ball was hitless at least. Working till 4:30 again? Sounds fun. Using friend's super fast charger, yeah. I don't think I have like a properly quick charger. I think I'd have a lot of like decent ones. Well, we got past ball, so I can actually play the game now. Watch me now completely throw on Genichiro now that I've said that. Yes, I don't think I have a fast charger. In fact, I'm never really in a position where I need it to be charged super quickly. I think I very rarely get my phone that low. The lowest my phone normally gets is probably around 40%. I don't think my phone has actually run out of battery in a while. Okay, what? What the fuck was he doing? Oh, this is fun. I would just like to actually play the game, please. Without screwing up random shit that shouldn't be screwed up. Like an easy deflect on Gyobu. Or anything on Genichiro. Just for the love of God, why do I suck so much? Seriously, I don't get how Wednesday could go so well. And I could do basically the entire Immortal Severance one hitless. And then today, now that I've actually practiced, I can't get past the first 10-15 minutes. Definitely an interesting thing to do. That's the thing, like, I know how to play this game, I just don't know why I'm forgetting how to fight every boss at once. Like, you know, it's gonna happen where you just forget how to fight one boss like every so often, but I've just forgotten everything in the early game at the same time. Like all the bosses, all the areas. It's just all at the same time that I've forgotten how to do everything. Because like the only thing I haven't been hit by yet is Tutorial Genichiro. I've been hit a ton of times in Outskirts. Been hit a ton by Gyobu, been hit by Bull, by Ashina Castle Genichiro. So I'm just failing everything at the same time. Like, at the very least, can I not get hit 2 or 3 times in the first 10 minutes? I'm never gonna fucking get to Hirata if I can't even get through Castle. Like... And this is supposed to be the easy stuff. This is supposed to be like the nice and quick 10 minutes at the start of every run, like warm up. Well, I guess it means I get to try out my new idea for getting this bell then. I get to try out going the long way around instead of just running through the middle. How tall am I? 5'11". I'm not exactly sure what that is in centimeters, but 5'11", if you include the hair, like 6'2". So I'm not entirely sure what that is in metric. It's probably about 180. Because 6 foot is a bit over that, isn't it? Yeah, I was like... But that's the thing, I was this tall back in probably like year 8 or 9. Because at secondary school, I was like the tallest one in our group. And everyone else was really short. And then since then, they've all grown and like caught up or overtaken me. And I just haven't grown at all since like year 8 or 9. Which was... I'm trying to think now, probably about 10 years ago. Not quite 10 years ago, probably like 8 or 9 years ago. Yeah, I just haven't grown at all since then. Because now my friends that were like 5 foot at that time, now some of them are like 6'3". And I just haven't moved. To be fair, I'm not really bothered by it though. Like, you know, it's just a thing. I mean, I have long hair and don't cut it, and it adds and it adds a couple inches to my height. I do desperately need a haircut though. Yeah, if I actually cut it, then it wouldn't be quite as tall. Not that that's any like meaningful height, but I just find it kind of funny that I do sort of look taller than I am just because of the hair. No, it's not like super long. It's just that I sort of cut it or get it cut probably like once a year. So, you know, sort of by the end of that time, it's... I say I don't have like long hair like to my shoulders or any of this stuff. I don't get long hair down to my shoulders or any of this. I just, you know, it sort of grows on like on my head and up and out to the sides. Because that's just how often I get it cut. No, I don't... No, I don't really... I know, it's not that I don't like going to the hairdresser, like I don't mind it, it's just I don't really see the need to, I guess. Like, I don't have an issue with my hair being that long until it gets right to the end of the year, which is when I go and get it cut. Also, hairdressers now are bloody expensive. So whatever I can avoid paying, I'll happily take. I don't think I've ever really been one to do hairdressers frequently. Like, even when, you know, like younger and I wasn't the one paying, I still would only go... I still only go, like, every year, or if there was something super important that I needed it cut for. Like, if there was some like formal thing we had to go to or something, whether like you need it cut and need to actually look like properly smart and everything. That's things. I remember even in like year 9 I had, I'd say probably since about year 9 I've had this sort of hair where I just get it cut every year or so. Last thing, I always like mean to go, but it's just never that high on my priority list. So I'll always be like, okay, I'm going to go and get it cut, like today. But then if something like even minor comes up that day, I just kind of use it as an excuse to not go and get it cut because, you know, it's not that important to me. Well, it's also kind of like I don't want to go out just to get my hair cut. Like, I want to sort of have a purpose to go into town and then get that done while I'm there. I don't just sort of like going in with the sole purpose of that. That was close. I hate it when he sometimes just does those random scoops. Okay. I mean, let's say it's not covering my eyes or anything. The only time I really have to move it is for like headphones and things, just so it's not covering my ears. Because that's the thing, on the sides it does get a bit messy. It's not like really blocking any side or anything. That's it. I'm not really like super annoyed by it. It's just, I guess, a convenient thing to eventually get it cut. I guess it's kind of a mid-ground, like, sometimes, it sort of depends on the day or the activity, but sometimes I don't have an issue with it being this long. I'm completely fine, and then other times I get super annoyed and I'm like, I need to get this cut. So holy fuck, Genicho, that was close. I hate this game. I fucking hate this game. Again, like, I've done this corner cheese for ages. Why can I now not dodge the arrows? Yeah, I think it's to do with the camera. Like where I have the camera positioned. Still, that's really fucking dumb. Never thought I'd see the day where I have to practice the Genny corner cheese again. That is definitely a new one. I can't remember anyone with like super long hair from my school. I think most people had pretty normal length hair. But there might have been one or two people, but I never spoke to them. I think they're all in different classes. Your school had a skinhead trend. Why? What made these people do that? My school most definitely didn't. Was it just like a charity thing, or was it an actual like trend? Because like we had people at ours that shaved all their hair off like for charity, but if it wasn't for that but an actual trend, then I don't even know what to say. Other than why. You started it. Oh god. What, the mullet or skinhead? Not that there's really a correct answer to that. They're both bad, but seriously, just why? What led you to this? The skinhead one. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. And that's the thing, I don't remember anyone like that at our school. Like, you had the sort of chav group and everything, but none of them were like that. Or just no one in general was like that, I think. That's it, I think at our school everyone had pretty decently kept hair. It wasn't your choice. Huh? Or did you have to have it all shaven off then? I don't know, I guess it just seems weird to me because I've never really like messed around with my hairstyle at all. I've always just been very much like it grows until I cut it sort of thing. I've never really ever actually properly styled it. Well, your dad just decided it was all coming off. What is that? What happened? In that case, that's definitely interesting. And I guess that's one way to decide. Okay, easy Armored Warrior. Because he gave me the script. Armored Warrior for me is actually a pretty scary fight if he doesn't do the script. I don't have a way to get him into it. Like, if he starts with that attack, I have a exact script for it, but if he doesn't, what the fuck am I doing? But if he doesn't, then it gets a bit scary. Guess your hairstyle. See, that's the thing, I don't know hairstyles. I don't really know hairstyle. Like, when I go to the hairdresser, I just say, yeah, like, cut it back this far. Just cut it this much at the sides, cut it back this far, like, on top of anything, thank you, pay and leave. I don't know hairstyles. I'll just go with well kept. Not that that is a style, but... Or fade, because I actually know that one. I mean, I probably have heard of it, but But I mean, there are a lot of things that you sort of, like, you've heard of but you couldn't name. I'm sure I've probably heard of it somewhere, but I probably couldn't name it if we're just talking about hairstyles. Okay, I have heard of that, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the sort of thing that, like, you've heard of but you wouldn't, like, remember to name, sort of thing. I think my hairstyle is just, it grew like this. That's my one. Do you, like, frequently mix it up then? Or was the skinhead thing just like a one-off, that's what your dad wanted? Or do you frequently change it up? Interesting. I kind of messed around with it at the sort of beginning of secondary school. But other than that, I've just kind of not really messed around, just sort of let it do its own thing. That's the thing, like, if I'm, like, whenever I'm out, I'll make sure it's, like, presentable and looks decent, but it's never something that I've been super fussed about. Like, to me, as long as it's, like, presentable and looks okay, then it's fine. And I just leave it as is. Just stick to the same style? Yeah, makes sense. See, I think mine have only really changed when my, like, hair's actually changed. Because my hair used to be, like, super curly. Like, just absolutely everywhere. And, like, I mean, it still is now, but only if I let it get really long. Like, at like a medium length, you can't even notice it. But how did you see me? Okay, we're running. We're just running. Probably need to crouch immediately there. Either crouch immediately or grapple onto the further point. Then yes, if I'm not getting firecrackers, I want to get that, so that I still have 3 prosthetic tools to get the skill book for Owl. Honestly, if I didn't just fuck up that one tiny bit on Genny, because apparently I can't corner cheese anymore, then this would actually be a really good run. That's like the third time in 2 days that I've screwed it up. So I guess I do actually need to practice it. I guess it just seems like the sort of thing that I would never need to practice. Because it should just be a learn once and do thing, because it should be easy. Though I guess not anymore. Okay, that's just bullshit. So I just said that this one was going well apart from that one mistake. Now it's kind of annoying. I really shouldn't be getting hit in all the Shura stuff. But if I'm going to get hit, I want to be hit on the difficult stuff like Hirata. Or something right at the end, like Sword Saint or something. I don't want to just be getting hit on all this Shura section. And yeah, I don't know what my plan is for how often to stream. I think I'm probably gonna try like 3 days a week or something, like 3 streams. I think it'll either be 3 or 4 depending on how frequently I'm available. Like, it depends on what I have going on, I guess. Like, if I'm not frequently around on a 4th day, then probably not. But I think 3 is a decent amount. I mean, I guess the main thing is just, instead of doing challenge runs offline, or like when I play, instead of doing it offline, just do it on a stream. I guess that's the main thing. So I have a challenge run and then a couple, like, not necessarily challenge run, but a few other ideas that I want to do that I'll probably start doing them once I've uploaded my next video. Because I want to get this, I want to make this one and get it all finished first, and then I'll probably start like streaming challenges or something. So I finally finished the actual run, so now I just need to actually put the video together. Which, in fairness, will probably take a while. Because I think in the end, the final run time is like 22.5 hours. So going through all of that footage will probably take quite a long time. I mean, say, I doubt... I don't know, I might be able to get it in a week, but I kind of doubt it. Because it does take quite a while to go through all the footage. So I think my last video now was... I think it was just over 3 weeks ago. So I don't want it to be like too long before this one. But at the same time, I'm not going to go through like a day's worth of footage in like 3 days. That's the thing, I think like videos for runs that are like 10 hours long, I can usually make, like obviously depending on how much I actually do, I can usually make those in probably like 5 days, 6 days. Like depending on how much I do and like how much I actually want to add to the video. Whether it's a more... What the fuck am I doing in this fight? Whether it's a more like edited one or just a more sort of clips based one. But I'd say normally for those it's like 6 days. Why am I so bad? I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to have to fucking practice Genny cheese. Purification is just one of the endings in the game. Like, that's just the name of it. So, in Sekiro there are 4 endings. So there's Shura, Immortal Severance, Purification, and I think Return. So I've done no hit and no damage of Shura and Immortal Severance. And then Purification is just like the next one up. Like, it's the next sort of longer ending. And then Return is basically identical to Immortal Severance. Yeah, I am here. I just realised that my microphone was muted for the past like 2 minutes. So I think I muted it to like sort stuff out on my computer so you didn't have all like the mouse clicks and stuff, and then I forgot to unmute it again. Which is some high quality streamer moments. Oh, you mean the actual game title? I mean, Sekiro is just the name of the guy. Like, that's just like the name of the player. And then I mean, a lot of the game is based around like immortality and resurrection things. So I guess partly that, and also like normally if you die, like you run out of health, the main mechanic is that you're not actually dead and you can like revive. So when you first run out of health, then you unlock the ability to basically revive and give yourself a second chance. So to actually die, you need to be killed twice. But ideally in this one, we never have that. Because if we're not getting hit or taking damage at all, we never die. So this kind of defeats the object of the name of the game, but I guess it does also apply to some of the other characters, but I think it's just sort of referring to like the main mechanic around the player. And also just like the main story of the game, I guess. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, that's definitely the way to get this. By far the safest way. Rather than just sprinting through all the enemies and hoping they don't shoot me. I really hope I have a run that actually gets somewhere soon. Because So I haven't actually made it out of the Shura section. Like, the furthest I've got today without being hit is Genichiro. Which, for trying to get Purification runs, is pretty embarrassing. I don't want an entire stream where I haven't even gotten past like Owl or something. I haven't even gotten to Owl. Like Shura no hit I did probably about a year and a half ago. So all this early stuff I've been able to do for like a year and a half, so I really don't want to spend an entire like few hours not even be able to get past this stuff. So especially since on Wednesday, since the 2 runs I did got 7 and 4 hits the entire game. I mean, in fairness, I'd always have to get to Owl, that's true. I didn't even do that last run because of Ape. I guess the big thing is that I just forgot how to fight Ape. Because normally, like, I do a mortal draw at the start, and also when I knock the Ape down from its big combo, I do a ton of mortal draws for like a ton of damage. And then for whatever reason that attempt I just forgot to do that and just R1'd. So that's probably quite a big thing, that I just did way less damage for no reason. What the fuck was that? What are you doing? Right, definitely got away with one there. And there, because I would have mistimed that if I actually needed to get that deflect. Okay, that was one of the worst no-hit Gyobus I've ever done. That was so incredibly sketchy. There were definitely a couple times there where I completely mistimed the deflect and was saved by him just being out of range. But we got away with it. So honestly, Gyobu is one of the scariest fights to no-hit. I think the horse just makes it really erratic. Honestly, like, even though I haven't been able yet to get past Ganitro without taking damage, like HItless or Damageless, I do feel like, you know, while, like, on the one hand, everything's been going wrong at once, but at the same time, I think everything will, like, click in place at once. Like, I'll have a ton of runs where I can't get past Ganitro, HItless or Damageless, and then one run will just go, like, all the way through to Hirata on no hits, because everything will just, like, come together at the same time. Where the fuck is he? I just completely lost my camera on him for some reason. Bolt is not a difficult fight, it's just annoying. And say I just lost my camera. I think it's mostly because I tried to get a cheeky, like, head-on hit. Because all of the hits I go for, I'm sort of behind him, then just try and, like, stab his head from the back. But that time I actually tried to get a hit head-on, which then, I don't know, I started circling him and couldn't find my camera again. But you know, I just really enjoy this tutorial section so much I wanted to do it another time. No big deal. I really don't want to practice ball though. Like it's one of those things that are so annoying that, you know, I don't want to practice it and always just sort of hope it goes well in a run. Like, it's so annoying that I never want to practice it and I'd rather just sort of test my luck that it behaves and that I know what I'm doing when I get to it in a run. But in all honesty, I should not be getting hit to ball. Like, it is a super annoying fight, but it's also an easy fight if you just sort of stand out of its way. I mean, at least we've got every tutorial Genny. Although I guess at this point that's just sort of clutching at straws. Runs have been so bad that I'm just happy that I've been able to get out of the actual tutorial every single time. That's like, I mean, that's the thing, like, even though I can't get past Genichiro, I kind of feel like all I need to do is get past Genichiro once. You know, it's that sort of situation where if I can get past him, then I can probably go the entire way. Just in one take, rather than having to sort of slowly crawl my way past Gyobu, Genichiro, Centipede, all this stuff. Sort of thing where you can just do it all in one. Which is kind of what I did on Wednesday. I guess today just isn't Wednesday. And that's the thing, it's still a pretty tough challenge, like, in all honesty, beating it in like 2 days worth of runs would just seem a bit wrong. You know, they're supposed to take time, so you know, basically not practicing it for probably about 10 months, and then coming back doing 2 hours of practice and getting the run doesn't really seem right. So I guess this is only fair. In all honesty though, like, while Ball and Genichiro have been absolutely dreadful, Gyobu has actually been okay. I think I've got hit on maybe 1 or 2 out of 4 or 5. Which I think for a fight as annoying as Gyobu isn't too bad. You know, I have actually had runs past him. What I probably need to do in this sort of situation is just do a run. Like, regardless of hits, just do a run so that I'm still doing the later stuff. Because I think I'm so focused on being like, yeah, I can get this run, so I'll just go from 4 hits straight down to 0. That then I just reset whenever I take a dumb hit early game. Whereas I should probably be completing runs and getting all the late game practice. But I guess that's just sort of who I am. I just kind of want it to be perfect, so I just like reset instantly, even though that's really not the best idea. What the fuck was that? I mean, in all honesty, Gyobu has gotten better as the stream's gone on. This fight has started going better and better. Still been some hiccups. And so even though like the last 2 ones were hitless, I've still had some pretty stressful sections where I just didn't know what he was doing. Work's now finished? Perfect. I assume you don't work weekends then? Or do you? I can't remember. If you don't work weekends, then you've got the weekend. Which is all good. I think I don't have that issue because I work like Saturdays and Sundays. So I don't really get that like weekend feel like finishing on Friday or anything. I know having a weekend is a nice thing, like 2 days in a row, rather than just sort of 1 day here and there. Which is what I have. Yeah, you do have a weekend? Yeah, that's good. I remember all that from like college or uni and stuff. Just being done with stuff on Friday and just having a weekend. It definitely makes planning things a lot easier. Definitely makes planning things a lot easier because you're off at the same time as everyone else. Honestly, the thing I find more annoying is the not having 2 days together. Like, I think I find not having 2 like consecutive days off more annoying than the fact that I work weekends. Like, I don't really, you know, care if the days were like Tuesday, Wednesday or something, but it would be nice to have like 2 off consecutively. Please hit a wall. He's not going to. We actually made it past ball. Now there is a first. Yeah, so I think it's more than not having 2 consecutive days as opposed to them not being the weekend that I find annoying. I do get more days off than you, that's true. That's the thing, Sundays are probably sort of half and half as to whether I work them or not. What the fuck? Since when was there a guy here? I swear I've never seen that guy there until today. I noticed him a couple of times earlier, but since when was there someone there? I actually fucking give up. an entire day where I can't even get past Genichiro. Okay, but seriously, since when is there a guy there? That's the thing, like, I've never noticed that dude before today. And I don't even know which one it would be, because I'm pretty sure there's not... Unless there is an enemy normally there. Unless there is an enemy that's normally there, and when I do the jump onto the side, I go so wide that I aggro it. But at the same time, like, I still have a Gatchin on. I still have a Gatchin, which should make me a lot harder to detect. I really don't know what that enemy is. Also, yeah, an entire fucking stream I couldn't get past Genny without being hit. The annoying thing is it was also damage. So I can't even be like, oh yeah, well at least we've still got like Damageless run going. Like, it's just both. That fucking sucks. That's the thing, I seriously don't even know what that enemy is. I have never noticed the guy there. Unless it's one of the ones that like starts chasing me and then jumps up onto that platform. That fucking sucks. I guess today the game just hasn't been kind. But honestly, like, that's the thing, I don't even think I've played that badly. No, it's not like I just haven't known how to play the game today. I honestly don't think I've played that badly. A lot of it is just sort of being the game. Like, especially early on with all the stuff in the outskirts, like trying to get the bell charm. Or like the firecrackers, whatever, all of the hits I had there. I think a lot of it is just the game being a bit annoying. Although now that I guess I've kind of decided not to get firecrackers, I have a completely safe way of getting the bell, which doesn't aggro any enemy. So at least that should be safe now. I guess the other thing to work out then is what the hell that enemy is and how to avoid it. I mean, so I may as well try and get us as far as I can. Because, say, given that, you know, I've only actually had one other run make it to Sempo, and I haven't had a single run even get past the Shura stuff, I think at the very least I should try and get into Fountainhead to give that stuff a practice. I mean, hopefully it means that next time the game will be very kind. If my first time the game was very kind, then the second time it was awful, then hopefully the third time it will be kind again. So I think last stream, every time there was a sort of risky attack or like a risky projectile, it would miss. And then all the time this stream, they've hit. I mean, let's at least see if I can do the rest of Shura HItless. If I can get the rest of Shura, I'll be happy. Make sure you drive safe. Try not to crash the car or anything like that. That would be advisable. At least Screen Monkeys should be pretty free. At least this fight should be fine. I'm still really annoyed by that Snake Eyes hit earlier. Because I guess then that strategy is not the safest. Because the whole point behind the Snake Eyes strat is after the Mortal Draw I deflect one attack and then Mortal Draw again and it kills. I guess if she chooses the grab attack... Okay, where are you going? Dude, please don't actually get hit by Scream Monkeys. I guess if she chooses the grab attack, then the amount of time it takes to wind up actually loses enough posture that it doesn't kill. Okay, time for gun fort. I'm surprised how long it's been since I got hit in gun fort, so I am expecting a hit. Like, I haven't been hit there at all yesterday or today. Or even in practice, I don't think I got hit there. So I am kind of expecting it at this point. It's going to happen at some time. You can't really be 100% consistent with that place. Probably can't remember the centipede because I've only got there once today. I've only been here once. I mean, Centipede's basically just a rhythm game. And it's really... It's really only in the splits because A, Corrupted Monk is just a very long split, and B, it also basically separates the hits on this section, like in Gun Fort. It separates the hits here like that from everywhere else, like from the other parts of this segment. Okay, but also though, how did I get shot from that guy? Like, I expected to get shot, but how did I get shot from that guy over there? Like, normally you get shot from, like, these dudes. I guess the game really is just finding everything it can to go wrong. Hey, you should not be noticing me. Well, this is definitely a run. But, I mean, in all honesty though, like, gun fort hits I don't mind. Like, gun fort is the place where you go to get hit. So getting hit there I don't have an issue with. It's on things like random enemies before Genichiro, or on like Bull. Those are the sorts of hits I get annoyed at. But gun fort is like you expect to get hit there, and then when you don't get hit it's a nice surprise, rather than the other way around. Like that's where you send runs to die. Yeah, Centipede is honestly a pretty straightforward fight. It is like Ganitra in the sense that there's one attack on the second health bar that you just cannot deflect. As in, like, the attacks come out too quickly for you to deflect. Like, the game does not allow it. It's not a case of reaction time, the game just does not allow it. So it's pretty easy, and then you just want to make sure that you can kill it in the second phase before it does that move. Either that or you just need to be stood miles away from it so that you don't need to deflect it. Okay, don't give me the grab. Is there anything today that hasn't gone wrong yet? Literally everything possible that you could think of in this run to mess up, I have messed up at some point today. And it still did the grab, but I got away with it. This is like the most scuffed run possible. But the fact that all the things I got away with in this run, and then the things that have actually hit me, and then that, this one just seems completely fucked. It's just like the amount of places where I should have been hit this one but I've got away with is actually insane, and then the places that I have actually been hit are just completely random, and they're just places where I shouldn't be hit. Well, other than Gunfort. But like the other hit is just somewhere you shouldn't get hit. I'll say Snake Eyes herself isn't annoying, but the thing is that there's a sniper that aggroes when you start the fight. And basically if the fight takes too long, or not even if the fight takes too long, but just in general, you have to sort of be careful of that sniper shooting at you and be ready to dodge it. So if she doesn't do the grab, then there's a chance that because the second mortal draw won't kill, then in the time you're waiting for her to like do another attack, that the sniper will shoot at you. And you can't like be looking at both at the same time, so you just kind of have to chance a dodge. Okay, monk. Again, I really need to make sure I get this because I no longer get firecrackers, which would be a very nice backup here. Because that's the thing, I don't think I really need firecrackers anywhere for this. I don't really think I need firecrackers anywhere for this run. They're just kind of nice to have as a fail-safe for when something goes wrong. I mean, the thing with that monk, like, kill is it's kind of sort of a glitch. Like, it's kind of a glitch, but not, but kind of. I'd say that the rules allow you to do it. So if the rules are going to let me just completely avoid fighting a boss, then I'm going to take it. I can't remember which part of it is, like, questionable. I think it's to do with the stealth death blow itself, or like the fact that you can be in stealth. I can't remember exactly, but... And I'm actually going to do the right follow-up for this, which is the 2 mortal draws. There we go. Honestly, Guardian Ape isn't that tough of a boss. Last one I was just bad. But that was more me being bad than Ape being difficult. So the attacks, the AoE stuff isn't necessarily difficult to dodge. It's just kind of like it kind of breaks up the fight. Because the fight is this really sort of back and forth, quite quick thing, and then you have to just sort of run away from these AoEs. It sort of breaks up the fight in a not so great way. I mean, I still love the fight, but I think the AoEs kind of like slow the pace down of it a bit too much. Honestly, the all 8 run wasn't actually super bad. I think the thing that saved me is the fact that because I had, like, because with the item randomizer, I had items anywhere, this meant that a lot of the key items were just pickups on the ground. Whereas if they were important locations, they probably would have been from like killing mini bosses. And I think in that situation, if you had to like kill mini bosses near a ton of ads for the required items, that would have been really difficult. But where they were just lying on the ground most of the time, kind of actually saved the run. Okay, he did not want to get in the corner. If I actually have to fight him, we might have an issue. Okay, we got away with it. He did not want to get in the corner. Luckily though, he went down for the death blow in a good enough position that when he backflips after getting back up, he would force himself into the corner. Yeah, if he wasn't in that position, that would have been quite bad. Because I would have actually had to fight phase 2. You know, I don't know any sort of like cheese for the actual fight itself. And then doing the fight normally is quite scary because of his smoke bomb. Because it staggers you. And it's actually really difficult to get out of the way. We'll say ideally when he first starts the fight, he'll do like one of his shuriken attacks, which then you can basically dash and then you can basically dash behind him, and then once you get behind him, then he has his back to the corner, and from that point you should be able to just force him in there quite quickly. But that fight he just did not want to. Whenever he got close, he would just dash away. The difference between the two owls? Mostly there's some different moveset stuff. So, Shinobi Owl, the one I just fought, has... So in phase 1, when he like does a backflip off you, he throws a shuriken. He also does that in phase 2, but for Father Owl, he only does the shuriken in phase 2. In phase 1, he just backflips off you. And then in phase 2, the owl I just fought has like smoke bombs and poison and things. Sort of a lot more like tools and a lot more sort of underhand ways to fight. So like poison, smoke bombs, anti-heal, this sort of stuff. And Father Owl doesn't have any of those. But instead in phase 2, Father Owl basically gets a ton of like teleporting moves and can teleport around the arena. And also has an actual attack with the owl itself. So I think the phase 1's... I can't remember if the sweep is in this owl, but say the phase 1's are mostly the same, but the phase 2's are completely different. So this owl fights a lot more with like different tools and things to assist him, whereas the second owl that we fight in Hirata is a lot more of just like a straight up fight. Like just a straight 1v1 with no tools or anything. Which in my opinion is a lot better. Like the second owl we fight is my favourite fight in the game. Yeah, they're the same person. So Hirata, what am I doing? I've forgotten dialogue. So Hirata is basically like a flashback. So Hirata is a flashback of I think like 3 years or something. It's like 3 years in the past. And then the owl we fight, the owl we just fought is like real world, like current day owl. Because in the story, I think from like the Hirata flashback, you thought the owl had died or something, and then you find him alive here in the real world, or in like the current time. Yeah, it's basically just the same person at like different points in their life. What are you doing? That was lucky as fuck. I thought that first hit would have got the death blow. So the R1 would have got the prostrate, so the R1's for the death blow. But then it wasn't enough, so I just kind of got lucky. And another boss. Okay, so I did actually practice this dive last night, and I didn't fail it a single time last night. So now come and watch me fail it here. Okay, we're good. Seems the actual practice paid off. So centipedes are kind of... I mean, in this game, they're tied to immortality. So basically the final death blow is basically using Mortal Blade on the centipede, which is basically to stop the centipede itself coming back. And say there are quite a lot of enemies in this game where that are like immortal with a centipede inside them that you can't kill until you get the Mortal Blade. That Guardian Ape is also like that. Because you saw in the ape fight at the very end on the death blow, there was like a centipede that we pulled out. And also just some basic enemies. But yeah, they're tied to immortality in this game. So now I just need to get a couple more echoes so that we have enough for the rest of the run. And then we can go and get some more bosses. Well, that's a first. Oh my god. That is a first. I got fucking sniped. Holy fuck. This is another place where it always looks like I'm going to get hit, but I never have been hit. Yeah, like that. It's always looks like I'm going to get hit there, but I never have been hit there until now. I got absolutely plucked out of the sky. That is something. That is definitely something. I wonder if I could kill that dude with shurikens. But I'm not sure. A, it might be too far away. But also B, it can probably block them. Yeah, that is a first for me. But the weird thing is, there are quite a few places in this run where it always, like, when coming up with the route or, like, practicing, it always seemed like I was going to get hit there, but have never actually been hit there. And then in this stream, I've just been hitting every single one of those places. All of the places that always looked a bit sketchy but I've never been hitting, this stream has got me hitting all of them. So... definitely been a pretty cursed couple of runs. Bro, what am I doing? Okay. Seriously, today has just not been my day. The game has just fought back in every way possible. Seriously, I don't know how I've managed to get hit in every possible, like, sketchy location today. Like, I've got hit trying to get the bell in outskirts, trying to get the money in outskirts, on the way up to Ganitro, in the Ganitro dead angle, in Gunfort, on Snake Eyes, in Fountainhead. I have just got hit in every possible location, or every, like, reasonably sketchy location. This fight reminds me of Nameless King. Honestly, I can see that. Sort of like the whole sort of fighting in the clouds thing. Which I guess is kind of like Nameless King's Arena. Well, you can maybe say that Divine Dragon, in a way, kind of looks like King of the Storm. Like, not really, but I can kind of see, like, a small resemblance. Okay, ignoring that random hit that I need to apparently work on now, the fountainhead went okay. This is the weird part, like, the parts that I've been scared of getting hit on, I haven't been hit on. Like, the really sketchy parts have all been fine. But then the parts I've always thought were just easy or like 100% consistent, that's where I've been hit. Like, the only exception to that is the one-hitting gun fort. But even that one-hitting gun fort, the like sniper that I was actually hit by is completely different to the ones I would normally expect. Like, if I'm going to get hit in gun fort, I would expect to get hit by one of the dudes on the actual like main fort area. But I got hit by the one shooting at me from behind. So even that was a pretty like questionable, well, not questionable, but like weird way to get hit. Yeah, this has definitely been a run. And we still have both rounds of Hirata to do. And final boss. Okay, are we going to be stuck on this jump for another 5 minutes? Oh boy. I did actually go and look at this. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I did actually go and look at this jump yesterday, so I at least had an idea of where I was aiming for. Have I ever seen Dark Souls bosses fight each other? Oh, like the modded... Yeah, I've seen some of them. Some of them are really cool. Like the modded ones where they... either boss v boss or... Some of the really cool ones that I like are where they put like entire armies against each other. Where it's kind of like all the enemies in one area versus all the enemies in another area. Some of those ones are really cool. Well, Yorm's overpowered because of how much HP he has. Because, I mean, the highest HP boss in Dark Souls 3, I think Frida between her 3 phases, I want to say, has like 19k. On a single health bar, Midir has, I think, like 16k. And then I want to say Yorm has somewhere... And those are the highest. Then I want to say Yorm has... I kind of want to say around 30k. I'm not certain. It takes like 5 or 6 Storm Ruler hits to kill him, and I think each hit does like 5k damage. So say it's just because Yorm has way more HP, because that's how, you know, because he has so much HP because the fight is supposed to be done with the Storm Ruler. So you give him so much HP that no other weapons are like really viable. Yes, I think Midir has 16k and Gale has like 15k on his whole health bar. And so I think between all 3 phases, Frida is like 20k. I can't remember how much Soul of Cinder has across both phases. Nice. But yeah, and Yorm also does just have a massive hitbox. I guess that's also true. I mean, same thing with Midir though. But obviously they can cover more ground with their attacks. Okay, this fight is actually a bit sketchy, especially second phase. Okay, please give me good phase 2 RNG. Bro, what are you doing? Okay, I got bad phase 2 RNG. Yep. Bro, what are you doing? Ideally, after the mortal draws at the start of this phase, she jumps up onto one of her, like, wire things. And then I can just shuriken her back down and kill her. Okay, let's see if this goes well. Because in all honesty, given how bad runs have been today, if I can tie my PB, I'll be happy. Like, if I can do the rest of this HItless and tie PB, then with how bad runs have been, I'll be happy. Okay, I actually need to hope that none of these guys decide to come and investigate. If they do, we are in trouble. I don't think they are. Okay, not bad. So just 2 more bosses. No more enemies or areas to run through. Just my 2 favourite fights in the game. Oh, fuck you. Well, it's not a PB. I got stepped on. So it's not a PB. Really, after I screwed that up of all things, you're just going to let me spam mortal draws? Yep. You're just going to let me spam mortal draws in phase 2 after I screw up on a super easy deflect. Well, we haven't PB'd or tied it. In all honesty, given that I only had 2 runs past Genichiro, this could have been a lot worse. Like, you know, I could still be sat fighting Gyobu and Bull, trying to get past those. Wait, am I supposed to deflect that? No. Yeah, I just remember I'm not even supposed to deflect that attack. Or at least the way I do this fight, I don't deflect it. Yeah, I don't like being this close to the edge though. All things considered, given how bad runs were, given how troll the game was in some places, 5 hits isn't bad. That's the thing, for only getting 2 runs past Genichiro, and this being the only run past Ape, honestly 5 hits isn't bad. And say the Geni hit I need to look at, or the hit on the Geni split I need to look at and figure out what went wrong. The hit on the Dragon split I need to figure out what went wrong. Gun fort was gun forts, that's fine. The butterfly split, I kind of know what went wrong, but it's still a bit annoying. And then Father Owl was just me being bad at the fight. But yeah, that could have been a lot worse. So there's some stuff I need to look at before the next stream. Speaking of, I don't know when that will be. That's it, I want to do 3 a week. Don't know what the 3rd day will be yet. Might be tomorrow, might be Monday, might be Tuesday, I don't know. So I guess I have to just wait around and see. But yeah, I'm not going to start another one now, so that will be done. 117. Yes, I'm going to call it there. So thank you all for watching. As I said, don't know when the next stream will be, but whenever that is, I'll be doing more of this. Like say, I have got some challenge runs that I probably will stream, but I want to edit and get my next video uploaded first before I do that. Yeah, so it'll be more of this. Hopefully we'll get the run soon. But until then, I will see you all later.